Okay, so we have finished efficiency. Efficiency, great, out the window. We are now in it for greed. I want to know how much shielded can I put on the Grave Goo if I dedicate every single model's actions towards just giving it shielded. Now, if you saw up here that I had a Moorwraith in the previous segment, good eye. I was keeping it over here because that's going to be part of level 2 shenanigans that I'm calling it here. Let me just say I reset the board a little bit and I moved things to be in the most optimal position. Based on what we have here, this is severe, so the Yaksha has planted roots, which means it will heal at the top of its turn if it's in severe terrain. Obviously, we could do this with the Kurgan. I'm actually going to try and save the Kurgan for second to last activation just so we can still kind of feasibly have the Kurgan throw the Grave Goo at somebody with an absurd amount of shielded on it. And I won't spoil the number for you. So let's get this party started. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Burn a card for initiative. Now, some important things to note that we're looking for. This list comes with 0 extra soul stones, right? Which means we're going to be really looking for a couple triggers for Jedza specifically. We also have to hit a bunch of TN, so we want to light a lamp rather soon, so that way we can help mitigate some of those losses. And we also want to use Sophie's Chronicle a lot, or a lot more, in order to try and filter the Black Joker out if we can find it, or just to help us get those cards that we're looking for. Right now, actually, we're pretty good. I want to off the path 2 times with Jedza when it comes to be her turn with a healing burst. And that's a tome, and it needs a 5. So we have 2 5 tomes or better. So we're set on that. Not to mention the Waystone for her bonus allows us to summon that Moorwraith that I was talking about earlier. I need a 5 of crows. We have that. Then we also need a 5 of rams for the Kurgan when it does its bonus action. So we are well positioned on this just random draw. Let's go. So let's start off the same way we did before. We're gonna go with Mikhail. Very simple. Swing, 4 cards, pick the worst, unable to cheat. We've got a weak, we're gonna take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 damage. Then Mikhail's sword is gonna heal. The Grave Goo 1. The Grave Goo will be triggering Jedza. She saw me heal, I get a shielded. The Kurgan is going to move me towards it from the Lost in the Wood Chronicle. And I moved through the muck. I get another shielded. The Yaksha has the same chronicle, so I don't want to do that. But the Lamplighter, on the other hand, has a different chronicle. Seclusion. So move 1 inch, we move through the muck, we get another shielded. Like I said before, I'm promising we're going to try and do Sophie's Chronicle a lot more. So we will do that. Sophie saw me heal. I discard a card, I draw a card. Now we swing again. Hiya. 4 cards, pick the worst. And we have a weak in here. So we will lose 1 shielded. Take 2 damage. Sorry for ticking that while it was covered. And then heal the Grave Goo. We will have the Yaksha with Lost in the Wood Chronicle. Move the Grave Goo towards her. Jedza, we'll get a shielded through the muck. Jedza sees me heal and just lets me get shielded. Grave Goo is size 3, Lamplighter is a size 2. This Lamplighter over here is within range of 6. This Lamplighter is going to have the Grave Goo move. Just a pixel through the muck. Happens. There's that. That is Mikhail done. Okay, now let's get into the Lamplighter. So Lamplighter, light the way. We're gonna light this lamp that's underneath everybody over here. We need a 5 to make it happen. Get it? We turn this lamp on. And now we can get a positive on one of our duels. So the first thing we're gonna do is we have a TN on our Unnatural Glow. We're going to smack the Grave Goo with it. We, again, ignore our concealment trait because we're Friendly Seeker. I need to find a 5. Do I get one? There, that's exactly why we do this. I am very happy about it. We move the Grave Goo. The Grave Goo moves through the muck, gets to shielded. Then we heal the Grave Goo 1 off of the ability, and then we just go back in our circle again. So Jedza sees me heal, gives me a shielded. The Kurgan brings me in. I get a shielded for through the muck. This Lamplighter is going to shove me a pixel somewhere. I get another shielded 4 through the muck. Sophie sees me heal, and I will discard a 4. I will draw a 9, and now we do it again. We're looking for a 5. Can we find a 5? Yes, we can. Grave Goo will move, get a shielder for through the muck. The Lamplighter that has line of sight on this Grave Goo because it's size 3, Mikhail is size 2. We're gonna have you go ahead and move me a pixel. Again, shielded. Jedza, I saw you heal, shielded. Yaksha, different named Chronicle. Lost in the Wood, shielded. And that is Lamplighter done. Okay, everything cleared. Let's make sure that Lamplighter is marked as done. We have the Grave Goo at 6, and at this point, I want to go with the Yaksha. The Yaksha will get me back up to maximum health in 2 activations, and we want to start getting Jedza's life token count up. So Yaksha activates. We're in severe terrain. That's going to go ahead and overheal. Jedza gets 1 life token. And then because we're in severe terrain here, we just heal. That's just a cool ability. As long as you're in severe terrain and within 6 inches, have 1 ping heal, which again is going to move me towards the Kurgan through the muck. Jedza sees me heal, have 1, and Lamplighter over here is going to move me an inch or a pixel, not an inch, through the muck. Yaksha heals me 1 more time. Ping heal. No cards, no flips, no nothing. We're good. Lamplighter, or the Yaksha, is going to move me a pixel towards her. Shielded. Jedza sees me heal. Have a free shielded. Lamplighter is going to move me a pixel in any direction. And another free shielded. So that is both of Yaksha's activations done. And the Grave Goo is at maximum health. Okay, let's make sure Yaksha is marked as moved. We have 1 life token over here. Let's give her another one. We're gonna go with Sophie. Sophie is going to use Camp by the Candlelight, and we have a baked in ram, which is the long rest trigger. So can we find a 6? We can. Our timing is impeccable. So let's take 2 damage and cost for declaring the trigger. Give her a life token, and then I want to grab from the pack. I want to also give Jedza focused 1, and that's actually going to come into play on one of the attacks. I'm not going to relent, which is surprising. I know. So let's see if we can find ourselves a 6. Just missed it by that much. So we will use that 9 and give Jedza focused. We've got 1 action left. We might as well focus ourselves. Not a ton left to do. Nobody healed. No dominoes go into effect. So at this point, we're just gonna mark Sophie complete. We need to put more damage onto the Grave Goo in order to heal it. So at this point, we go with Jedza. Jedza's Death Touch is irreducible, like I said before. It doesn't touch shielded when she does damage. And her ram trigger lets her discard up to 2 life tokens, which we have recently acquired, and pump up her damage by that much. So we're going to go with her. We're going to attack Grave Goo. Death Touch is a 1-inch melee. Use the focus on the attack. We will not relent. So we are a stat 6 versus the Grave Goo's defense 5. That's the attack. Here's the defense. That's great. So Grave Goo is at 7. Jedza is at 15. That's a difference of 8. A straight flip goes negative because of Heart of Wound, goes back to straight because of focus. We will now declare a life for a life trigger, and at the time we declare that, the italics have to be paid, which means we discard up to 2. We're going to discard both of them. Now we do this because we want to try and finesse our damage. If we flip good or bad, Let's just see what we get. We get a moderate. So 3 bumped up by 2 goes to 5. That's kind of exactly where we wanted to be. So 1, 2, 3 for regular death touch, and then 2 more damage off of the trigger. And now we go into the off the path that I wanted to do before. So we are going to use our once per activation bonus flip. We're looking for a 5, hopefully of tomes, and if we get that, then we can move one of these cards that we have reserved back into just general use. We get it. Nice. I need to get better about talking about who I'm declaring these actions on. We wanted to declare it on anybody but the Grave Goo nearby, as long as they are within 2 of the Grave Goo, because the healing burst trigger is models within 2-inch pulse of the target heal 1. Now, I could move the Grave Goo and get 1 shielded, that's great, but 3 shielded is much better when you're proccing all of these Chronicles. I don't want to move that Yaksha at all, I just want to pulse healing off of it. The cool thing about this is it also sets up our ability to summon the Moorwraith. Since we need a life token off of it, Yaksha is going to pulse a heal. Sophie's going to go up 1. Jedza herself is going to overheal, which means she gets a life token that she's looking for. Grave Goo gets to heal. Now, both Sophie and the Grave Goo healed. I'm only going to be proccing, all the Chronicles are May, and I'm going to be proccing only on the Grave Goo. So, we healed here. Jedza sees it happen. She gives the Grave Goo more shielded. Kurgan brings me in with Lost in the Wood. It's a shielded. We tag you. This Lamplighter, we tag you, and that Lamplighter is going to move me through the muck. And we're going to try it one more time. This is Jedza's activation still. This is her second off the path, so she's going to try it one more time on the same Yaksha. She gets it, but not with the trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat in this 8 for the trigger, and we're going to do it all again. So we're healing Sophie back up to max, which is nice. We're gonna heal the Grave Goo. We do the pulse. We're not gonna discard any of our cards. We're keeping them all. They're all too good. And then, because we healed there, Jedza sees me, gives me a shielded. Yaksha has Lost through the Wood. We're tagging her, going towards her, get a shielded. And then this Lamplighter can see me. We'll tag that guy, and it's going to give me another shielded for more movement, and giving me, or through the muck, shielded movement. So Death Touch, 2 off the paths. Now let's do a Waystone. We need a 5 of Crows. We've got the cheat card in our hand. We don't get it off the top, so we cheat in the 12. And that is a super Moorwraith. The Moorwraith is going to be slow, and we do this anywhere within 8 inches. So anywhere we can drop it is fine. We just have to have line of sight. This should be fine. I think I say that every video. I think this should be fine. Turns out it usually is. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So Jedza is done. She has to spend her life token in order to summon. So let's move on. Let's come back to doing more healing. We know Lamplighters are pretty good with it. Let me drop these markers real quick. Okay, they've been dropped. We got 2 Lamplighters left to go, a Moorwraith, and the Kurgan. So we are kind of saving the best for last with the Kurgan, and of course the Grave Goo itself. So Lamplighter over here, we will do what we always do. We need 5 in order to get our TN. Red Joker the heck out of it. We're gonna push the Grave Goo due to the ability. Grave Goo's through the muck goes off. We heal Grave Goo from the ability. And Jedza sees it happen, gives me a shielded. Kurgan sees it happen, moves over, gives me shielded from through the muck. And then the Lamplighter, let's do this Lamplighter. It's gonna move me pixel in any direction for more through the muck. We swing again. At this point, I'm considering whether or not I want to do Sophie's thing. I don't. I have severes and high moderate in order to meet any TNs that I'm looking for, and I've got the right suit for the Kurgan. So we're done. We don't need to do anything more with Sophie. We have 20 cards left, and I'm going to call out the Black Joker, of course, so we'll just see how that rolls. Let's do a second one, a second Unnatural Glow, looking for 5. Don't get the 5. All of that talk just to say, here's that. We move you from Unnatural Glow, get another shielded, tag the Yaksha, move the Grave Goo towards the Yaksha, get a shielded for that, tag Jedza, get a shielded from her, tag this Lamplighter, get a shielded from him. Those are 2 Unnatural Glows, and that is that Lamplighter done. Okay, drop all the stuff, mark him complete. We could just do the Moorwraith, why not? It's slow, it's just gonna have the Grave Goo take a nap in the dirt. It is an attack, so we have to flip a card for it. It has no TN, so if there's any time for the Black Joker, nope. So we're gonna give ourselves slow in exchange for a ping heal. Jedza sees me do it. I get a shielded. Kurgan sees me do it. Get drawn in. Get a shielded. Lamplighter. Tell me when you're tired of hearing me say this, because this is the trifecta. Again, triangles. This is my time to say triangles. It's my time to say triangles. Tag, shielded. We have the triangle of shielded here going on. That's it for the Moorwraith. All right, drop all those. Go mark the Moorwraith as complete. Now we're in a weird spot because the Lamplighter is only going to be able to heal the Grave Goo once. This is kind of why we wanted to stack as much damage into the Grave Goo as we could. We'll just see what we can do. Why don't we try and light this lamp first? Looking for a 5. Get it. So this lamp is lit. Now we'll use the positive from that to smack the Grave Goo. Looking for a 5 of anything. We get it both ways, so I was a little cautious, unnecessary. The reason why Lamplighters are so great is because this, like I said before, it moves the model that we're attacking. Get a shielded for moving, and then it heals. Back up to 8. I did it again, sorry for covering that. Which is going to proc the Kurgan, Jedza, and any Lamplighter. Let's speed this up. 1, 2, 3. We all know how it works. And we can all just take them down. We've got one more activation over here with this Lamplighter. It's still worth it because I can still move the Grave Goo. So we're going to move the Grave Goo. We're going to look for another 5. We don't get it. We're going to choose 10 to make it happen. And then we're going to move. We get a shielded for Through the Muck. And Jedza gets 1. So if you're going to keep track later on in life, if we had at least 1 damage on the Grave Goo at this point, we could have stacked up another 3. So maybe cheating a Severe on Jedza's turn would help. Because Grave Goo has regen 2 anyway, it's going to max out by the time we're ready to use it. At the end of it all, Lamplighter's done. Finally, we get going with the Kurgan. Kurgan is going to pick up the Grave Goo and set it down. We don't even need to worry about the heal anymore because we're already overhealed. At this point, we're just moving the Grave Goo for fun and profit. And since this board allows us to drop into terrain, that will work. It touched terrain when it moved. We're at 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And this is going to be a really simple activation. So Kurgan is just going to put up the mudslide in order to put the aura up. We need to find a 6. Get a 9. Great. Aura goes up. Then we will just avalanche. We need to find 2 5s. I am very cheekily within 2 inches of that lamp. So I'm going to use one of these to look for that 5. I found the Black Joker. Can't get it. And we'll do it again. So that's a potential additional shielded. So if you're, now we're up to 4 pseudo shielded that we didn't get. Wow, we failed our next one. I'm going to cheat that last card in order to shove the Grave Goo 5 inches. We're already in terrain. Maybe there's somebody over here we want to attack because we have slow, so that's not great, but with all this extra movement, we're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say hi to all of our new friends over here. Obviously, we don't want to hit the fire. So we're down here. We get a shielded because we moved through terrain. And that is the Kurgan complete. Grave Goo's turn. We're barely within 8 of Jedza, so that's kind of cool. Because when we overheal, Jedza is going to get another life token because her Curse of the Dancing Forest is an 8-inch aura and not a 6-inch aura. So she gets another one. That's neat. Grave Goo at this point really is done. It can get 1 more by charging You got to get into base contact in order to make this attack. You charge into terrain. You get one more shielded there. And then you do your bonus action. That's it. You're done. So we're looking at 44 shielded with a potential for, let's see. We missed the Lamplighter, which would give us another 3. Every time a Lamplighter goes, it would heal us 1 and move us 1. So we get 3 from the ping heal plus 1. So each Lamplighter is worth 4 shielded per action. And if we were able to swing it in such a way that the Grave Goo had at least 1 damage on it by the time it activated, we could have kicked off another 3. So this is all hypothetical. It's kind of burning and melting my brain already. I don't even know if it's possible. At this point in the video, I went way off the deep end trying to add up a ton of what ifs. But if we kind of just roll it back to the 3 shielded that we missed from the ping heal off of the Lamplighter plus the 1 that we missed from the Kurgan, it's an additional 4, so we're at 48 shielded. And then in some of the more complex what if scenarios that I edited out, I was able to stack in another 1 for 49. So if you've got more, if you can do better than 49 shielded on a Grave Goo, dedicating 50 stones worth of models to giving it shielded and doing nothing else, no scheming, no attacking your opponent, nothing. This is just greed, like I said. It's really funny greed. I think it's hilarious, and I'm happy to share it. So I hope you're getting as much enjoyment out of this one, because this one's really fun to unlock, especially in a keyword and a crew that I don't use. I play into it, so I'm gonna probably be trying to figure out ways to disrupt this with auras and pulling and luring and all sorts of positioning tricks. And if all else fails, run away or find a way to stun the thing. Hope you have fun. Be a good opponent. Enjoy the game. Have a good one.